Hey, welcome back again to Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, I am the car hauling dispatcher, and you are watching Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel on YouTube, so welcome back to the show. I appreciate you joining me. This is episode number 26, and we're going to be talking about personal conveyance. And I know it's boring and it's drab. Unfortunately, hopefully the ELD stuff calms down a little bit. But the storm is coming, and it's just really winding up. As of midnight Saturday night, we're going to hit April 1st, April Fool's deadline, and it's not going to be pleasant. I don't think it is. So that's why I'm talking about it. So, hey, Dave Williams, howdy, man. Welcome back to the show. We're going to be talking to you later, I know. And Mike, hi. Welcome back to the show, Mike. Do appreciate it. And I can't wait to get an update from you on what's happening with some of the drivers that I put you in touch with. Mike is the dispatcher in training, and we're going to, 2 weeks from tonight, I plan on doing dispatcher training part 3. A week from tonight, I'll tell you more about that. Got a big surprise in dispatching, and it's going to blow your mind. So stick around till the end of the show, and I'll give you a little bit more information about that. But it is going to change the way you dispatch, which is amazing. Hard to believe, but I think it's going to. So really looking forward to that. Hey, Brendan, welcome back to the show. Hotshot Dave, we're going to talk to you in a bit also. So thanks for joining, the one and only. What's up, man? Welcome back. Awesome. Great to see parts of my core coming back here on, Auto Transport Intel every week, to see you guys coming back to tune in. And I've been getting some great comments and emails about there's guys watching in their trucks and, tuning in on demand while they do other things. And it's a 90-minute show, so that's a good use of time. I know, when it's that long of a show, but I really do want to catch pieces of it. I'll have stuff playing in the background, so I recommend you do that. And we're going to be doing Facebook news in a minute, so if that bores you or, you don't need it, you can skip ahead to the 20-minute mark in this video. Just go ahead and grab that timeline, drag it to the 20-minute mark, and that's when we're going to start doing the personal conveyance stuff. Also, let's see here. So, yeah, officially this is a driver cannonball. We're going to talk to, what do we got? We got, where's my list? I got Brian Riker, Fleet Compliance Solutions, LLC, with the definition and legal information about personal conveyance. Then we got Hotshot Dave. We got Vinnie of Viper Transport and Towing, Dave of Clarksville Trucking, and Serge the Car Hauler after 9 o'clock. So if you want to if all you care about is Serge, just skip ahead to the 1 hour. What is it? This way. Go this way, drag it to the 1 hour mark. So I don't mind. That's cool. Who else we got in here? Okay, so we got Alex. Welcome back to the show, Alex. Paul Roberts. All right, I'm glad you're here, Paul. Tim. Yeah, Tim. Hey, Brendan. Tim. Hey, Brendan. Tim. Really? What's Tim upset about? All right, well, let me know, man. Put it in the live chat. The live chat is now showing up in the on-demand stream, so anything you say can and will be held accountable with the video on YouTube, so that's pretty interesting. But if you want me to, if you want to, oh, there it is again. Auto Transport Intel. Hey, how you doing? We're watching your show. All right, man, you're watching the show. That is Dispatch Monkey. Not kidding. Incredible thing. I can't tell you. Next show, we're going to talk about Dispatch Monkey, and it's going to blow your mind. So I can't wait to do that. So welcome to the show, Robin. Thanks for joining. Dominic, Satchel, you get to catch it live. They think this is your first time here. So awesome, man. Let's go to Facebook News, by the way, so we don't run out of time. We're after the 5-minute mark, so let's get that happening here. Facebook News is coming at you. Okay, I don't need that. What I need is this. All right. Oh, and let's move me out of the way. Not like that. See, I still need a switcher, and I'm still learning OBS. OBS, I need to create the layers that will automatically move things around. In fact, here, like I see, oh, like that. That's coming up. That's what we're going to get to in 20 minutes. All right, before we do, let's do some Facebook news. Okay, I saw this on Facebook. You know, it's interesting. Car haulers, because even bull haulers need heroes. That's a good, that'd be a good album cover. If we had a car haulers in the album. Maybe. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Not sure. Okay, alright. Seen this the other day. Wow. Really? Can you do that? What happens when you pull in to the weigh station with that going on? Really? Oh my goodness. I don't think you can do that, man. I don't even know how that's happening. Yeah, oh, we're gonna get down tonight with some coke and strippers. And you can, you know, it's really happening. Pretty exciting. Facebook. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook. Okay. Is that a sleeper? Try that at the DOT. Hey, what's up, Chris? Welcome to the show. All right. Been watching all the videos? All right. Thanks for joining me live. That's awesome. Thank you. We got another. That's an old picture. Been floating around for about 2 years. Really? Oh, man. Well, I'm sorry to let you down. Well, you know what? This actually was recorded in the 80s. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, original tweeter, do me a favor. Send me some new stuff, because if I'm just looking at the old stuff, then, you know, help me out, man. Help me out. Right? Oh boy, love was. Okay, so that, I'm looking at this, man. That is gnarly. That is, I think that came from the first position. And now it's in the third position. Wouldn't you say? I think that's a new picture, tweeter. I'm just kidding, man. Thanks for joining the show. I really do appreciate it. Alright. You know, you hear about this one, right? And remember, I'm a dispatcher, okay? I'm sitting at my desk. I'm bored, you know, and then I'm and then I'm freaking out, and then I'm bored, and then I'm freaking out. That's dispatch. And I hear drivers tell me all the time, like, you know, it's amazing how a dealership, their business is built around inventory. There's nowhere to park. Not all dealerships, but you hear it all the time. You guys see it, you know. This show is for you. You're in the live chat. I want you to comment, and please give a like. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And I really appreciate you guys joining me. This is episode number 26, by the way. So I'm at like the half-year mark, which is absolutely amazing. And I appreciate you guys joining me every time. Without you, there is no show. It's just a guy sitting at a desk. That's totally boring. East Coasters be like, you still want me to dispatch the vehicle to you? Yes, I picked up the gate pass. Great, I'll get the car. Not sure if I'll be able to pick up past the auction. Dude, that was like last week. Now that one's new, tweeter. I'm pretty sure. See? See, now look what you did. Alright. Okay, FYI. When it's raining, it's not okay to drive with your hazards on. Just get to the right and keep doing 40. We all know you suck at driving. If you're scared of the rain, get to the right. The left lane is for passing. I don't care if it's pouring, raining, or a light sprinkle. It's not an excuse for you to do 40 miles per hour in the left lane. Don't be doing 30 miles per hour. While you're about to get passed by a semi-truck, decide you need to get to the next exit, step on the gas and get in front of that said semi and slam on your brakes because you're going too fast for the turn. I saw that video going around. Don't look at the semi driver like he's an idiot because he just laid on the horn because you don't know where you're going. Don't wave your hands in the air when the said driver gives you the bird. All in all, people need to learn how to drive in the rain. Yeah, I'm cleaning this up, man. It's YouTube, dude. That is all. Enjoy your beautiful Tuesday. I'm going to go get a load of some cars in this crappy weather at another crappy yard. Alright, there you go. Thank you, man. I liked that on Facebook, and I read it too. So, I didn't mean it. I'm just kidding, man. I appreciate you joining the show. It's awesome, man. New viewer. And hopefully a returning viewer. You know, maybe I said too much. Do yourself a favor and stay away from newer CNC Dodges. They have a known head issue that Cummins hasn't fixed yet. That's the rumor. I don't know. I thought Cummins was a great engine, but, you know, maybe this model. Anyways, I found it interesting. You know why? Because everybody thinks car hauling is easy peasy. You just dial a number, get door to door, promises. No, dude. No, it's not. You're on the side of the road dealing with a head issue and a personal conveyance. Okay. Don't buy just any trailer. If you do, check it out even if it's new. A weld should never break at the weld. Not going to tell the name of the trailer. Just check yours before you buy it. Yeah, man. Nothing like a bad weld to ruin your day. You know? And you thought the line at Starbucks sucked. Because this show is for everybody. Not just car haulers, or brokers, or dealers, or people at auctions. This show is for people that need cars hauled also. So when you get a car hauled, man, give a break to the car hauler and some money. Give him some extra money too. How about that? I'm fighting for car haulers, and I'm going to keep doing it. Rookie mistake. Man, I've seen so many car haulers on their sides, man. Never, and I do mean never, try to take two cars without moving the load to the back after dropping off one car. Going 6 miles an hour when this tipped. Don't risk it with a wedge. I didn't realize till it was too late. I'm assuming, well, that is a wedge, huh? I thought at first glance it was an easy 4, but that's a 102,000 Grey Hawk Jeep and a 70,000 Ram. Dang, both had 3 miles on them. Man, that sucks. New Age Trucker, welcome back to the show, man. All right. Yo. Hey, look, the reason why your insurance goes up. Yeah, dude, no doubt, man. Dude, this show is an insurance nightmare. Uh-oh. Roosevelt, Utah. Is that a different one? Dang, dude. That still has the new car, tape on it, and everything. Golly, that sucks. Dude. Never watch this show while eating. Okay, well, actually, that's probably the best time. I picked up a load somewhere. Dumped. Huh? I look over here. This is where my, I'm looking at my live chat screen. I mean, obviously, I'm just pointing it out. Finally done editing videos. All right, Serge. Cool, man. If you haven't visited Serge the Car Hauler on YouTube, do it. Don't do it now, but just do it. Apparently $40,000 worth of keys stolen from cars at Odessa, New Jersey. Be prepared to have issues and a long wait. I know this is actually old news, but I'm bringing it up again because this kind of stuff really sucks for the industry, you know? You thought it was bad when your dry cleaning was a few minutes late. Wait until $40,000 worth of keys have been stolen from one of your vendors and see what happens. Longer lines. Oh, here we go. Dear United Road Carriers. Let's move me here. As many of you are aware, our CarMax account requires appointments with select stores. Oh, awesome, because everything is totally predictable as planned. This being said, there are no longer any appointments required for any Tennessee stores for CarMax units. The stores no longer requiring appointments are Knoxville, Chattanooga, Nashville, Cool Springs, Madison, Jackson, and Memphis. We appreciate all you do and look forward to our continued partnership with you. Thank you for canceling the stupid appointment policy. Is it just me? Am I the only person that goes nuts when we have to make an appointment? And I'm not even the one that's going there. Dude. Dave. Oh, man. Good evening, Mike Wilson. Thanks for joining me on my rant. I just sit here and rant, man. But you know what? But I thank you, United Road, for sending notice that the stupid appointments have been canceled. Thank you. All right, let's play the game of who actually has the contract. That's a good one. Yeah, now this was on Facebook. Oh, I think I meant to go through this. I can't remember. This is in the last couple weeks. We got a Ford Crown Vic, Georgia, Kansas. Let's see, there's 1 broker, 2 brokers, 3 brokers, 4 brokers, 5 brokers. 5 brokers. Same car. 600, 700, 550, 555. Do I hear 550, 555? Do I hear 600, 650, 700? Dude. Now, what do? You're the dispatcher. What do? Do you call the highest one? No. No, you don't. Because those guys definitely aren't going to move it. You don't want to call the lowest one. I would call... I'm not going to get personal on this. I don't know who you call. Actually, I don't know. You know what? Skip it. Skip that one. 5 brokers? Forget it. I'm not doing that. Okay. Moving on. Anybody having an opinion on what you do there? Just put it in the chat. You know we're supposed to plan for everything. Dude, how did you not plan for that? How did you not plan for 5 brokers posting the same car? You should have planned for that. Has anyone here ever started their own hotshot business? My husband and his friend have started. They have their LLCs so far, but that's it. How do you get the money to get everything going? How do you get the money to get everything going? Yeah. How do you get the money? Financing, I guess. I don't know. That is a good question. Let's see here. Cassins is hiring. So there's one for you. You got a website. You got information. This video is on demand. You can freeze frame it. Is there a phone number? No, but you got to go online. And so there you go. Who else do we have here? I'm always interested in job openings because, you know, the JOB. Training season, Midwestern Car Carriers is hiring. Got a phone number there. You got a name, you got a phone number, and you got a reason. Stone Ridge Easy ELD. Now, I did a video on Stone Ridge, and it's, you know, got some thumbs down, thumbs up, controversial. By the way, feel free to like and share and comment. But they now have 24/7 technical support. I give that a thumbs up. Dude, anybody that has added 24/7 technical support for anything they've got going on, and you know what I'm talking about, that's a good call, man. Because when you can't get somebody on the phone and your career and situation is on the line, man, you need technical support, dude. They expect you to know how to use your ELD, and they expect you to get that thing fixed in a certain amount of time, and they expect you to know what to do. Dispatch Monkey. Alright, man. We're going to talk about that next week, and I'm telling you, dude, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be off the hook. What is Dispatch Monkey? Okay. Also, okay, we got information about Keep Trucking. I'm going to try and get to that. Oh, yeah, and Amazon Freight. Check this out, man. Did you guys get this email from Amazon Freight? Amazon Freight? What the cracky? Yeah, for real. You want to get a hold of Amazon and move some Amazon Freight? There's your information. You got an email address. You got a phone number. You got a fax. Nobody faxes anymore. Come on. I'm just kidding. You got some more information. Here's what you need to do. Do it, man. Do it. So, Amazon Freight. Awesome. And, oh, this was cool. It's good to see an article, you know, that feels the pain, you know. I try to feel the pain on this show. If you're watching this show, you are definitely feeling the pain. Yikes. Plan for the flat tire? Dude, always plan for flat tires. Should have planned for that. Should have planned for that. Can't believe you didn't plan for that. Now you're out of service. Can someone explain the split sleeper berth rule to me like I'm a 3-year-old? Seriously, man. Oh, yeah, you might want to check this out. March 31st, which is Saturday, I believe, an afternoon with Sheriff Joe, truckernation.org. Trucker Nation and ELD or me presenting. So check that out, man. That'll be good. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, at midnight, March 31st, Saturday, hold on to your butts. That's all I'm going to say. Why do people that don't know anything about trucks make laws about trucks? Now, that may or may not be fair. Saw that on Central Dispatch today. That's awesome. I mean, CD. CD, right? CD? No, we're just going to say. You saw it on Central. You see all that? It's always on Central. Everything's on Central, man. All right, so what are we doing here? Let's move this thing into the... let's get Brian on the phone, because we are late. How far? We're 3 minutes late? It's crazy. See here. Pause.
Hello, Jay.
Hey, welcome to Auto Transport Intel, Brian.
How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm a little wound up.
I can see that.
I know, man. When I talk about ELDs, I just... Aw, dang it. I have to drink my Kool-Aid because I got to cool down, man.
I hear you. Nobody really likes them except the big carriers, and that's just so that they can keep control of everybody.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm glad you say that because I mean you're dealing with it day in and day out with clients that need help. So I said tonight we're going to talk about personal conveyance, and I meant it. I mean, what is this?
Well, personal conveyance is an interesting concept because it's designed to allow you to take your truck to en route lodgings, go get food. It really is a concept that was created for the less than truckload freight guys that bobtail a tractor over to the hotel, take their break, and then go somewhere. Right now, personal conveyance is not actually a regulation. It's a permission they've given us by guidance. There really is no black and white regulation on PC, which is what makes it so confusing and so subject to roadside officers' interpretation on what they consider a reasonable distance or an allowable use of it.
Okay, so is that the biggest problem, the word interpretation?
Yes, that is, because it is just what somebody from the Federal Highway Administration, not even the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, this goes back to 1997 when the Federal Highway Administration was in charge of truck safety, they determined that we should be allowed to use an empty truck, which doesn't do a lot of us in the car haul world any good because we're not going to drop our trailer and leave it somewhere. It's not like a freight guy that's leaving the trailer at a dock and going somewhere. They decided you should be able to use an empty truck to go get dinner or go to a motel and technically drive home from the last place you dropped, like a terminal, and they specifically quote a terminal in there. Now, the good news is, all this talk about PC, and this is probably one of the better things that's going to come out of the ELD mandate, the FMCSA has put up a new proposal to better define and loosen some of the restrictions on personal conveyance, which will help because for the first time they're considering to let you use a loaded commercial motor vehicle to do personal conveyance. However, that comes with a trade because they're going to require you then to return back to the same place you started.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So, because I saw that, it seems like in the regs, which are a hoot to dive through, unladen, like you just said, not loaded, seems to be a key element of being able to claim personal conveyance.
It is the key element right now, and it's up to officer discretion. Some states consider unladen to be a bobtail tractor, no trailer. Some will get you even for what's called material of trade. If you still have your hand tools and your 2-gallon can of gas in the truck for fueling up cars that run out of gas at the auction. They'll consider that you're not unladen. They really try to stop you from using it as much as possible.
So this sounds like this is where interpretation comes in. I mean, what is unladen?
Correct. And they have not clearly defined what unladen is. They've left it a state issue and an enforcement partner issue. And even the CVSA, which is the association that teaches and more or less governs motor carrier enforcement officers, have not come up with a standard for enforcing personal conveyance.
Oh, man. What a mess.
Yes, and I see on Facebook and stuff all the time, we have safety directors at some companies telling you you must return back to where you start, others telling you there's a 10 or 20 mile limit. None of that is actually in the law or the regulation, because there really is no law or regulation on personal conveyance. That becomes a company policy issue.
Well,
and yes, go ahead.
Well, it's funny. I mean, it's funny you say that, because it's 39. It's part section 395.8, right?
Right.
But I can't find it.
Correct, because it's not exactly spelled out in 395.8 on your driver's record of duty status, other than on what you have up on the screen right now, the Q&A guidance section. And it's question 26 on the guidance section that defines what they consider personal conveyance, but it gives no reference to exactly what part of 395.8 allows that, other than a very vague idea of what off-duty time is, which is any time that you're not working or driving your commercial vehicle. So yeah, if you scroll down to question 26, I believe it is.
And I'm looking at it now. So it seems to me, what's coming to my mind is, if you end up in an interpretation argument, pull up, go to fmcsa.dot.gov, find section 395.8, go to question 26, and just start diving into the words, I guess.
Correct. And
okay.
You'll have a reasonable enough roadside enforcement officer that will read that and take it as it is, but I can tell you from personal experience as a driver, that does not always happen. You can show it to them in black and white, and they're still going to do what they believe should be done.
Which I believe is one of those.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny to me. I was thinking about this today. I mean, you know, I got kind of a wacky take on this, like, you know, some kind of Dr. Demento thing going on. But, you know, it's because this stuff makes me crazy. I don't know how you do it.
You don't. It gets very frustrating, even for someone that deals with it every day. It is extremely frustrating.
Yeah, it really is. So, well, now that you've kind of kicked us off with the legal take, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to start up the cannonball and talk to some drivers and see what kind of craziness I can get into. And I guess agitate the audience some more.
You have at it, Jay.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks for taking my call and joining the show, man.
Hey, have a great night.
All right, you too. All right, thanks. Bye. Okay, that is cool. So that's Brian of Fleet Compliance Solutions, where, let me just say that if you run into a situation where you've got a serious question for your fleet and you need help, go ahead and check out Fleet Compliance Solutions, LLC. As you can see, Brian is very accommodating as far as helping answer questions. There's his phone number, and I definitely recommend reaching out to him. And I want to thank Ziggy Keller for introducing me to Brian. All right, so we're now going to, oh yeah, let me pull this up. Let's go ahead and do this craziness.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball! Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
can I please have your
I don't know
attention?
I don't know why it loops, but that's okay. Hey, where did I go? Where am I? Okay, there am I. Okay, so let's get that off the screen. I know. I need a higher production value to make these things work, but you know, we'll get there. Okay, so let's call my buddy Hotshot. Trying to make him jump out of the truck. Oh man, look at this. We got some legal jargon from the original tweeter. Thanks, buddy. Is the only place personal use is mentioned. Wow, how interesting. Isn't that crazy? Is it me? Or is that crazy? That's some crazy stuff.
Where are you, buddy?
Yo, what's up? How late am I?
How late?
Oh, I'm only 3 minutes off, dude. I told you 8:30. It's 8:33. That is awesome.
What is going on here?
So, well, craziness is what's going on. Matt?
Live?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're live, buddy.
I don't know, guys. Oh, wait. All right, somehow I'm behind you. I'm good now.
That's cool. Well, you were listening to the show, which we talked about, which is awesome. And because I want to thank everyone for joining the show, tuning in, joining the live chat. And by the way, buddy, you know what I've got on screen? This is Hotshot Dave's channel on YouTube. He's on the phone. He's joining us tonight. He's going to talk about what are you going to talk about, Dave?
Well, we can always talk about hours of service and get everybody to not agree. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I mean,
Crazy.
Brian was saying there's really nothing to say about PC because, you know, there could be 30 of us in a room and none of us going to agree because we don't know the laws. You know, it's because whatever they feel like making us do is what they do. You know?
That about sums it up, doesn't it?
I mean, that's what I deal with out here. And unfortunately, as a car hauler, like Brian said, I don't have PC. I mean, I can't drop my trailer at the auction, but, you know, they're just not safe. I mean, you know, you see stuff stolen every day. How easy is a 3-car wedge for any pickup truck to hook up into? Like, I don't have that luxury as a car hauler.
No, you really don't. Which, and that's, I mean, Brian is saying that too, is that, you know, you don't. I mean, my gosh.
I was watching on YouTube the other day, and I forget what I was watching. Well, I know what I was watching. I forget who, but they were talking about the FMCSA had Matt were talking.
Okay.
And they were saying, as of right now, PC cannot be used to further interstate commerce. So what that means is, say I load in Bordentown, New Jersey, and I'm going to Delaware. Well, everybody knows the auction is near a couple truck stops. So you can't go that 5 miles to the truck stops at PC because it's on the way of where you need to be. If it's on your way, it's not PC because you are furthering interstate commerce, is how it looks right now. You would have to go the opposite way.
What's up, guys? We got a big announcement.
That's crazy, man. That's stupid just to satisfy a rule, right?
You guys asked for this. I've listened. I've considered it. Hotshot Dave's on Facebook. So, we now have a group
Right.
that we can all go over there, interact. It's going to be no BS. There's going to be no smashing people. I'm going to need some help with some admins. I'll pick them as we go. But Hotshot Dave is now on Facebook, and it's a group so everybody can interact with each other. It's not just about me. This is about us all successfully.
It was a 16-hour workday with 11-hour drive. Most drivers agree you don't want to drive over 11 hours anyway. The driving time is not our problem. It's either
You know? Are you there?
Yeah, I think I had an audio glitch there. I think I was running some video of you talking, and I think it overlapped, but I think I got it now. So what you were saying was, repeat what you were just saying as far as what I just goofed up. Will you repeat yourself for a second?
All right, so what I think I was saying is the regulation, like what we can and can't do has changed, but the regulations that regulate what we can and can't do hasn't changed.
Right.
So you are now putting us, you want us to go straight by the book, which is fine, absolutely fine, but they need to make it able to go by the book. You know, so essentially what they're saying is not one guy in America works overtime, doesn't stay late at work, doesn't skip his lunch break,
Right.
you know, doesn't do anything extra for the job. Now, everybody in America can do that except for the backbone of America, which is the truck driver that brings these guys their Mercedes, their food, their land, whatever they want. They have at their fingertips because of us. But yet, as I stated in another video, it's always the backbone of America that gets,
Well,
I don't want to say, screwed, but I don't know what else to say, Jay.
well, I think it is screwed.
I hate to say that, but that's what it is.
Well, and you know what? And that's the thing is, I mean, drivers will tell you they don't want to drive longer. Nobody wants to work extra hours to finish what they're doing. I mean, maybe some people do, but it's amazing how we focus on. In fact, you know what? It's kind of similar to in the national debate. We're focused on a couple bad apples, and we're just laying it on top of millions of people, right? A couple bad apples. It's implied that you've got drivers just driving all night and doing meth and staying up and partying, and dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they act like if you come to where I'm sitting right now at this truck stop, there's guys just handing a plate of meth around and we're just getting crashed and getting ready to go crazy down the road.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, I'm sitting here on course Scipio doing my paperwork, then I'm going to go to bed, then I'm going to get up and go to work, and then I'm going to come here and do the same thing. It's my work day, it's my life. You know, but if there's a major traffic jam or anything, you know, we need the time to deal with that. Let me pull up, give me a 16-hour window to work my 11-hour day. You know? Let me sit down for 8 hours at night.
So let's do this. Let me say this. Remember, last week I had Samuel Mayfield on the show, and he was stating, I loved that he came on the show. I want to thank him again. If he sees this show, I want to thank him for coming on the show. And you know what he also did is he replied to a bunch of comments. So here's a chance. If you've got something to say, what would you say to Samuel Mayfield when he says, you heard what he said, what would you say to him?
Oh, you mean about cheating on the logbook?
Yes.
That's no secret. It's no secret that we cheated on our logbook. Let's go to the root of the nature and why. Why are drivers cheating on their logbooks? You know why? Because if you watch my video, I sat for 3 hours because keys were missing. You know, that's why. 2 weeks ago, I sat at a bridge for 22 hours. You know, that wasn't a 34-hour reset. That was 22 hours of a wasted 70-hour week. Okay? Legally, I'm in the driver's seat in the middle of the road stuck. Legally, I need to log on duty. I need to stay on duty, not drive. That's not, you can't do that and get done what we need to get done.
So
we have bills to pay just like everybody else.
So why did you cheat on your logs? You should have planned for that, right?
Right. You can't. I mean, and now you've got these guys in the drive van. I feel really sorry for them, you know, because as a car hauler, if I get there and
Right,
This
because
is
you
my
got to be
understanding.
unladen.
Right, everybody's coming back to how bad the trucker is because he cheated. Okay, well, make this industry real world, not what you believe it is in your head. You go on vacation, you know, how many things screw up just you going on vacation? Imagine us doing 1,500 miles in a week, and that's a lazy truck driver doing 1,500 a week. You know? How much do you think's going to mess up in that little bit of time?
Don't you just want to?
Nobody's looking at.
Don't you just want to be there when the other side has a problem that they didn't plan for, and you say, "Well, you should have thought of that. You should have thought of that."
You will never hear him admit it, Jay. You will never hear DOT or FSCSA state, "Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen, and now I understand." They will never understand because they're not here. You know, they're at home sleeping in their comfy bed. They don't have to worry about, "Oh, what if I wake up in the morning and I got a flat tire?" Or, "What if this truck next to me clips me and I can't take off in the morning?" You know, what if I pull out and something blows on my engine? Well, it ain't my problem. You started your 14-hour day.
And
I don't care if it takes you 7 hours to fix your truck.
And by the way, this what we're talking about right now, and we're gonna in a minute we're gonna go to another caller, but this is not a bash on enforcement personnel conversation. This is about stupid rules.
This is about enforcement. Help us
Right.
do our job correctly.
By admitting or at least understanding.
Right. If you want to keep us on laws, which I understand the world is going to technology, that's what it is. You want us on laws, give us a realistic approach to the laws. Not, this is what it is, this is what you're going to do. You're going to wake up, you're going to work 14 hours and nothing else. You know, the average American can work overtime where they can finish their work at home, or they can take an extra lunch or not take a lunch if they feel. You know? But because I drive a truck, I can't. It's not right. I understand we're running equipment in the as I always say, the roads are the most dangerous place on earth in the United States. But yet, you're worried about safety, and now you're making us sleep on the side of them.
Oh, and your video where you were showing trucks on the side of the road, that is awesome, man.
I mean, it's every night.
Oh my gosh.
Why everybody sees it?
That's freaky.
They're home in their comfy bed. They don't know what we truly go through.
What video is that?
That is my ELD an hour of service. I don't know if I called it a rant. I think I just said car hauler talks about
ELD fight and hours of service. I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. Yep, this is the one.
I mean, and I made sure I put it right up front.
It's up front.
If you don't see anything else, I want you to see what we're doing while you're sleeping. And Jay, that was 6 o'clock in the morning. What do you think it looks like in the middle of the night for the guys that already left? You know?
Yeah, there it is, man. There's the trucks. On the side of the road. Truck after truck after truck, right?
But, I mean, that's it. And that doesn't even show that when I left the truck stop, it was a rest area. It wasn't even a truck stop with a porta potty.
Both sides.
And
Yeah.
this was both sides on 287 going into New York.
Yeah.
Because there's no truck stops up there. There's one rest area that's jam-packed. You know, it's sad that this is what we do to the truck drivers. You know, we treat, and then, like I say, it's always the backbone of America. Look at military. Now, I know that's a whole nother show. Look at that situation. You know, it's always the backbone one way or the other.
The backbone gets... Okay. All right, man. Listen, dude. Come on.
I could go on.
I know. And I love that this video is so compelling. It's this kind of stuff that I just, because I'm not seeing... I'm at a desk. I'm sitting at a desk, and I'm outraged. So, good job, man. You are...
That's what I try to do. You go from that to a trucker sitting and waiting for freight that he can't get.
Exactly.
That's the best I can do to portray what we deal with and nobody knows about. Just another day in the office for us.
All right. Well, Hotshot Dave, you are serving your country and community, and I appreciate it, and I salute you. So thank you for doing that, man.
No, don't salute me. Just stick with
Come
it.
on, man. All right, well, we're in this together, buddy, so I thank you for joining my show again tonight.
All righty, I'll talk to you. Thank you.
All right, sounds good, man. See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. That is Hotshot Dave. So let's catch up with Vinnie. All right. Let's see, how behind am I doing now? Let's see. Okay, 8:45. Ooh, I'm only 4 minutes off. That's not bad. That's not bad. So we're going to talk to Vinnie of Viper.
Hello.
Hey, Vinnie. Welcome to the show, man.
What's going on?
Hey, it's your first time on Auto Transport Intel Live, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I do appreciate it. I want to take a few minutes of your time. I got your ViperTransportandTowing.com website up, and we see the truck, and we see the dog, and we see what we do, and
My old truck.
your old truck. Okay, what do you got now?
I got the International.
The International. Awesome.
Yeah, single axle sleeper. But
Awesome.
Hotshot Dave, man, he had some good points.
So, all right, yeah, pick up the baton and run with it. What do you got?
I think, well, he was talking about other people with the overtime and stuff like that. They should do like a law, like they did before with the 34-hour restart, and then they took that off. They should do the same thing. Like, if you're running behind, you're allowed to drive or work 16 or even 18 hours twice a week and see how that works.
Say that again for me. Say that again.
So, let's say you're at Copart, you're sitting there for 4 hours, and you only could drive, I don't know, another 4 hours. They should do like an overtime.
Like a flex
So instead of
time.
working- yes. So instead of doing 14 hours, you're allowed to do either 16 or 18 hours that one day.
And they do flex time in business. You can do that.
Yeah, so I would say try it twice a week. That you allow in the 70-hour work week and see how that works.
That's
that would help out us.
That would, wouldn't it? Because then, and that's actually my biggest problem, just from looking at it, without actually being in the truck, is that you've lost the ability to make your own decisions. I don't get that.
Yes. Listen, I was up in Newburgh, Copart, which is Marlboro. Twice I went there and I said, I'll never come back here. And of course, people called. I bought cars from Copart.
Right.
There's a line down the hill, if anybody's been there.
Oh, forget
down the
it.
hill that you cannot pull in. I was there for 3 hours one time. And then the next time I was there for 4 hours.
My gosh. That is insane. And you know what's crazy? So let's say, you're shipping a car, easy peasy, and the pizzas and the door to door, and you're thinking all this great stuff. And you hear that 3 to 4 hours to pick up a car. That can't be true. It's got to be your fault.
No.
Right?
Why
It's
so much? And then the customer's like, why so much money? I'm like, it's 4 hours sitting there. 3 hours. 2.5. Oh, you're lying.
It's
No,
insane.
it's the truth.
That's like toilet paper lines in the Soviet Union in the 80s.
Yes.
It's
No, Brendan.
inconceivable.
I'm looking at the comments. No, Brendan, it wasn't the one time. I went there the second time, and it was even longer.
No, Brendan. That's awesome, dude. That is crazy. Busted! Okay.
But, you know, like Hotshot said, they should extend the service, hours of service. They should do 16 hours. Maybe 15 they want to try something. You know, give us a little bit more time.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Give me some power back, right? Instead of this little this little egg timer. You know, you got the autonomous vehicle, you got the egg timer. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, yesterday I was dropping off in Pittsburgh, and I had 20 minutes to get to a pilot. I got there within 2 minutes.
Wow.
If not, then what? I was going to park on the side of the highway?
Right, there you are. You're on the... For what?
To get rear-ended? Because somebody's looking at their phone texting?
There was just a Facebook video of a highway patrol officer that got hit by a car trying to help another driver that was pulled over. Now, it was icy conditions, but sure, that could happen. There could easily be passenger cars plowing into semis on the side of the road at 2 a.m. Where's their ELD?
And then they'll blame you because you're not supposed to be parked on the side of the highway.
Absolutely. Any lawyer worth his plaintiff's salt is going to take the side of the passenger vehicle. You shouldn't have been parked there. You should have thought of that.
Yes, exactly.
It's crazy.
You know, like Hotshot said, make the laws in the real world.
Amazing, man. It's amazing, dude.
You know, they got Tennessee, they have that semis, they drive around and talking to people texting, and they pull them over. They know how it is to drive a truck. You ever saw that truck, that tractor? It's a Tennessee State Police truck. It's lettered.
No.
State Police.
No. And he's texting?
Do a Google search. Tennessee State tractor trailer.
We're doing this.
And you see
Tennessee
all lit up and everything.
State.
There's a state trooper driving, and there's a state trooper on the passenger seat targeting people texting, even truck drivers. Pull over this one, pull over that.
Yeah, here it is. Highway Patrol using semi-trucks to hunt down people. Is this I'm guessing this is the video here. Who text and drive.
In Tennessee.
Awesome.
They know how it is. They know how it is to drive.
It's a business model, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, well, Chattanooga Times Free Press, 212,000 views. Check it out. All right, man. Well, I'm going to keep this train moving, but I'm glad I had you on to talk about that because, and that's what it is, too. It seems like hearing a volume of people saying the same thing. Hopefully somebody at the FMCSA watches this video and goes, wow, it's more than just one guy.
You know, listen, they tried that 34-hour restart, right? Then they got rid of it. Okay? So maybe they should try another law that extends the hours. If it doesn't work, okay, get rid of it. Go back to the 14-hour work, work day.
And the good news is, from what Brian is saying, there's actually discussion at least on or near this topic. And hopefully somebody's researching and not just taking an extended lunch break, but actually looking into, gosh, what can we do to help the driver rather than just appease the driver or appease whoever? Because we seem to have a lot of appeasement within law rather than actual understanding.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's frustrating. Right. I need some Kool-Aid. All right, Vinny, thank you for joining me on the show, and stay tuned in. It's good talking to you again, and I really appreciate your time, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, have a good one.
All right, bye.
Oh, man, it's crazy out there, isn't it? It's crazy. Trick or treat. I mean, April Fools. Why April Fools? Why April Fools? April Fools, April 1st, Easter is when the deadline hits, man. The hurricane, ELD hurricane. Oh, man.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Hey, Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy. So I'm just going to take a minute of your time, huh?
Sure.
All right. So what's your take, man? You just heard what Vinnie said after Hotshot Dave. What's on your mind? What do you want to say on this issue?
Well, the hours of service, they're not going to change that. You can forget it.
Right.
It is not going to happen.
Right. I'm wasting my breath.
Well, no, you're making good points.
Oh, okay.
Their job is not to appease us. Their job is to make money. And if they change hours of service, then they won't write as many tickets, and they're not going to make as much money. And that's counterproductive for the government. But actually, 11 hours is plenty of time to drive for most people. But where the mandate is causing a problem is, for one, the half-hour break. All that does is make me tired, because I'm already sitting on my ass. So what do you expect me to do for a half hour? Just pull over and, look out. I carry 150 gallons of fuel, and I have my food with me. I have nothing to do for 30 minutes. But as far as personal conveyance goes, there aren't any for sure rules on that, except you cannot be laden. You can pull a trailer as long as it's not loaded. Like you have a car trailer, for instance, and you take a load to, say, Indianapolis, and you unload, and you have nothing to put back on your trailer, you can drive wherever you want. If you happen to drive over to the next city and all of a sudden find a load, well, then go back on service and off you go. But they're not going to change any of the rules. If anything, they're going to get worse.
And you know what? I don't think I've ever taken a productive 30-minute break when I was mad that I had to take a 30-minute break.
Yeah, no, the whole 30-minute break thing is nothing but a waste of time. You got a 15-minute pee break, and then you stop, and you grab a soda, or you stop and pee again. There's plenty of breaks there. You don't have to have a mandatory break. We're not kids.
It's like a bunch of kindergartners with their heads on their desks. All right, everybody, heads on your desks.
It's nap time.
Oh, my gosh, man. That's crazy, dude. Oh, my God.
That's funny, man.
With your blankies and your passies and your whole... Man, that's crazy.
That's right.
It is, right, dude. Crank up the Jack in the Box music and everybody... I think they used to play music in elementary school, and maybe that's what needs to happen. I need to find some...
You unroll your little mat and take a nap. Except I don't think you're allowed to sleep in your truck unless you have a sleeper berth. So you would get out on the ground.
I'm having some crazy video ideas now. Like, that would be awesome. Auto Transport Intel takes a nap.
You'll have to make a different kind of Kool-Aid for that.
Oh, exactly. Dude. Crazy, man. Crazy. I knew you'd have a good something or other. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to add to what was already put out there because there aren't any rules on that except that you cannot be laden. So as long as you're not laden with a load and you're not fueling. Now, if you're on personal conveyance and then you have a fuel receipt that shows sometime between the time you was on duty and the time you went back on duty, you're going to get a ticket. And you're supposed to keep your fuel receipts in the truck. So if you are on personal conveyance going to another city to try to find a load, and you stop and fill up, you're messing up. Because if they look at your fuel receipts and see that you've got one and while you was off duty, then you're going to get a ticket. And you're going to be trying to trick them, so it's going to be a good ticket. They're not just going to spank your hand.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting you say that because in one of the examples I was reading actually talked about, specifically mentioned the fuel, getting fuel. Yeah, getting fuel's not something you want to do during a personal conveyance.
Yeah, that's from J.J. Keller. That's J.J. Keller's
that was
of the ELD mandate.
Okay, and there it is. Yeah, what about fueling? Yeah, that one really... And you know what's really interesting, like Brian was saying, is that you can't find extended conversation about personal conveyance within these legal links. But yet on J. Keller, private company, they actually lay it out much better.
Well, the reason for that is because they leave it up to the company. Now, if you're an owner-operator, you are the company. So if you say, hey, I'm going on personal conveyance, well, there you go. Now, if you're working for JB Hunt or something like that, well, then, you don't have that option. So when you set up your ELD, I usually keep trucking, and you set it up so where you can allow yourself personal conveyance. They cannot contest that because they are not with you. Now, if they followed you around or something, then they may say something. But if you're on personal conveyance, there's nothing they can do about that because they cannot prove otherwise unless you have a fuel receipt or a dispatch ticket or something within the time that you are off duty.
Right. So when you claim personal conveyance, you better
pay attention.
Pay attention, right, man. Watch your tracks.
Yeah, and when you pull up somewhere, like say you happen to get a load in an email all of a sudden, and you pull up to that place, you better go back on duty. And more than 15 minutes, too, because they know you cannot load a car hauler in 15 minutes.
Personal conveyance, I just realized, here's an announcement. Personal conveyance is like the kid walking in the snow backwards on The Shining in the maze, trying to get away from Jack Nicholson. That's your personal conveyance.
There you go.
Oh, let's see if I can find a video of that.
Yeah, you can, but you can put yourself on personal conveyance if you are the owner of the company. And there's nothing that anyone can say about it. They cannot contest it because they cannot prove that you were under laden power unless, your trailer's loaded and you get pulled over and your ELD says you're off duty. Then you got a problem.
Here it is. Shiftless, the impossible snow. I found it. So here's the kid in The Shining, and that's the trucker, right? The trucker running from the DOT in the maze and realizes that he's going to claim personal conveyance, and he carefully begins to walk backwards in his own footsteps. I found it.
That sounds tricky.
There's your personal conveyance right there. And then okay, this is too much fun. I didn't know personal conveyance could be so much fun. Never heard of such a thing.
Oh, it's a blast unless you're in Texas. They got a new law in Texas that you can't, well, just forget it.
Oh, shoot, man. That was too much fun. Oh, man.
Look it up.
Oh, that was great, dude. That was fun.
Fine.
Oh, shoot. Well, Dave, all right. I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you for coming on the show again during another Driver Cannonball. And, sir, I will be in touch with you.
Yes, sir. Good to hear you. God bless.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right, bye. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Whew, personal conveyance. I mean, what do? You try to, you read the law, you're subject to interpretation, I mean, you just have to, that is interesting. You have to really watch your tracks and make sure that when you claim personal conveyance during off-duty, that there isn't evidence that is going to dispute your claims on your logs regarding your hours of service. And that was one of the reasons why I think when I first heard of personal conveyance, I assumed that this was just something that you just, on your logs in your 4 categories that you could just go, yeah, personal conveyance. But it's not that simple. You have to really understand how the interpretation can take place. Oh, goodness. And we're going to call Serge the car hauler here in a second, but I just want to make sure that I was ready to do that call. So, all right, well, let's do that. Let's call Serge and see what he's up to. And before I do that, I've been remiss on checking the chat. Hotshot Dave, passionate about this. You got to love it. Yeah, no doubt. That's exactly right. Personal conveyance is determined by your company. I carry a copy of my company's personal conveyance policy with me. That's a really good idea. Yep, Vinnie was on. That was awesome. Owner op here. Question. Oh, Morse Transport and Logistics. Thanks for joining the show. Awesome. So when I am unloaded and going home 400 miles, can I use personal conveyance? Brendan says no. You'd have to go back to where you ended. Right? And that's one of the big areas of personal conveyance is, but he says he's unloaded. And so if your load is, if you leave your load, you go home, as long as you come back to your load, I think you're okay. I think we got, hey, this is Jay. Is this Serge?
Hello?
Oh, no.
Who is this?
This is not Serge, is it?
You got the wrong number.
I think you got the wrong number. What are you up to? Are you chasing us in the maze?
I'll tell you what. Been working on a project there. Old lady's heated blanket that went out, so I rewired it.
What'd you rewire?
Huh?
What did you rewire?
Oh, damn heating blanket. You know what? One of the blankets. Plug it in.
A heating blanket?
Oh, yeah. It was cold all the
I can
time.
imagine. What are you doing with a heating blanket, JD?
Well, I heard yes, they're cracking down April 1st on this. What is it? Personification something. Whatever it is.
The ELD. Yeah. You're talking about ELDs, right?
Yeah. I guess so.
I thought you were talking about heating blankets.
Well, that's what I'm doing with my personal conveyance. Conjugate analogies is what it is.
Okay, so what?
Conjugal.
Are you Wait, you drive, right?
Oh, boy, do I ever. I come badass, that's why.
Yeah, we know that about you, JD. Let's see if I can make you jump out of the truck again.
That sounds like my horn.
Yeah. All right, so I think I got Serge the car hauler calling me.
Well, I'll kick his ass. I ain't afraid of him.
Are you guys? Hey, hello.
So you rewire? What'd you rewire?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hey.
Sir?
Hey, Serge.
Hey, okay. Yeah, so I stopped my online. How's it going?
Oh, you had me online. Is JD still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Back.
So I got Serge and JD. That's a first.
Oh my God. Good thing it's Cannonball Run night.
Wow, what a crazy night.
This is a crazy night.
I didn't think it'd be so much just on this one topic, one idea, one thought.
I told you,
and,
right?
You know, nobody likes it. I don't like it.
Nobody likes it.
I like it.
We didn't make it. But it makes me think of like the definitions, you know. We talked a little bit about the definitions, and
Yeah.
you know, it's interesting. Each court uses its own dictionary, uses a different dictionary. There is no like set language across the board, legal language. You know, it's funny. I got a citation last Tuesday. I couldn't listen to the call. I was getting a no truck through route ticket, and on the back it said, "You must respond." You know, that word "must." You know, yesterday at a bar I was arguing with a woman. She said, "There's no such thing as word must. That's not a word." You know, but that was written on my citation that you must respond. You know.
Of course, must is a word. What?
The word must, M-U-S-T.
Is not a word?
I don't know.
Sure they don't mean tusk.
See, they use it on like the citation, right? And then we assume and presume that we have to act upon it. But in the legal language, in the legal dictionary, it doesn't have that word. So, you know,
Huh.
you
get into what it is. Again, that whole Bill Clinton thing, you know. If you ever watch Quantum Language on YouTube, it's the judge that saved Bill Clinton. So, yeah, this really gives the officers a tough time, you know, when you start asking them which law dictionary they use. You know, and if you've taken some time and paged through a couple of those, and you know what some words mean in one dictionary and what they mean in another, you can have a lot of fun, especially if you like to videotape like I do.
Well, you know what's interesting? I'm at the FAA website as part of the US DOT, and they are talking about the word must is the only word that imposes a legal obligation on your readers to tell them something is mandatory. Anyways, I mean, if there's a conversation here about the word must, then there must be something to that, eh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's what you just made me think of is, and because I mean, it looks like you've taken an interest in the legal side of some things. Am I right?
Yeah, well, just in my experience, you know, I had my brother steal my identity 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I had, how should I say, went through the big D, you know, was trying to see my children, and, you know, the ex really educated me through a lot of, you know, strong-arm manufacturing consent under the color of the law through fictitious conveyance of language. If you didn't get all that, I'll repeat it slowly. Strong-arm manufactured consent under color of the law through fictitious conveyance of language. I'll type that in the comments. You guys can research one of those words, and you know, keep that in mind.
You know, you've got a lot of interesting knowledge nuggets.
Yeah, it's you know, I really wanted to die. You know, when my identity was stolen, it really affected me in a really bad way. But then, the more I dug into it, the more I realized how free we are. And it's all in the language, you know. Watch the video clip. It's a 9-hour clip on YouTube, Quantum Language. You know, my head hurt after watching 5 to 10 minutes of it. It took me a year to get through that video, but eventually I watched it 4 or 5 times.
Wait, how long is it?
It's a 9-hour video.
What? Quantum language?
Quantum language, yeah. Is 2 plus 2 4, Dave? Or Jay, I'm sorry. Jay, is 2 plus 2 4, just say it.
Okay, wait, now, is it one of, quantum language, one of 17?
Okay, that's another, yeah, that's split up in parts. That's it, too.
Okay, SymphonNet, that's it? Cool.
He's a little bit crazy, I'll warn you.
Oh, gee, I wonder. Yeah, dude.
You know,
wow.
But with everything
I'm good with that. I'm good with crazy, actually. Is it obvious? You look at my show. I must be good with a little bit of crazy. Come on. Have you seen the ELD skull over here? Who has that? Come on. I got chocolate bunnies on the set. Where are they? There's a chocolate bunny, and there's a chocolate bunny, because Sunday's Easter, dude. That's crazy. Nobody does that. So I'm good with a little crazy. I want to watch this, man. This sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's powerful stuff.
If you're a car hauler, you got to be good with a little crazy. Am I right? Huh?
Yeah, we're all mental, man.
Oh, come on. You have to be.
You
have to be a glutton for punishment. Is what you got to be.
Yeah, it's all in the language.
Cool, man. I'm going to check that out.
You know, and
for day. Wow.
You know, okay, let's talk about the word person, right? Let's talk about that for a moment.
Okay, let's do that.
Did you know, I mean, when we talk about person, we're talking about individuals, we're talking about you and I, you know, but the legal definition of person in the 30s was changed from, you know, like a human being to a fictitious entity, to a corporation, to a dead person. You know, so when you see a sign on a swimming pool that says capacity 50 persons, you know, it's fictitious persons, like dead persons. And when we're acting legally as a state ID, where the other day at the airport, I had some entertainment with the TSA. They asked for the ID. I said, actually, it's not my ID, it's the state. I'm just the authorized user.
I'm a vessel.
We got an interesting guy here.
Yeah.
He waves to his other guy, hey, this isn't his ID, it's the state. He's just the authorized user,
Nice.
So, think about that. When my identity was stolen and I started figuring out, my true identity, if you practice any kind of faith, and I grew up in the Baptist denomination of the Christian faith and teaches that I'm a soul, and the word soul doesn't exist in the Black's Law dictionaries, which is used in courts. So you could invoke your ID legal person, your dead person, which is an all capital name. Third grade English. My family's Russian. I asked them, hey, in the Russian language too, is it the same thing? And they said, yeah. So in third, fourth grade, they teach you name of a proper noun, right? A proper noun is a person, place, or a thing. Is first letter capital, the rest lowercase. So why pull out your IDs, everybody? Look at it. And why does it say all capitals on it? Why does mine say all capitals Serge the car hauler, right? It's because it's a fictitious name of a corporate entity, a person that I applied to use, and I got permission, and I'm the authorized user. That's why I signed on it. And that ID has a signature, so I get the benefits and also the liabilities with the use of this. It's just like a Social Security card. You're authorized. It says in the instructions of Social Security card, it's not required nor is it prohibited to use as an identification. So that's the user's discretion. So every time you hand it out, for example, to your mobile phone company, there's a liability that you're throwing out there because a Russian hacker, one of my comrades, could hack from Russia into their database, and then your legal person's at risk. So I don't know if you want to do all that, and if you want to act as a legal person when you're off duty. I don't know. What is is? I don't know. If you ask Google what is, it'll say third person present singular of the, whatever that means. So have I confused you? I know, life is tough.
That's great, man. Number one, I think you were a lawyer in a past life. I do believe that. And it's good to, it's interesting. There seems to be this fine line of knowledge and understanding, because if you have too much, then you can come off argumentative, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You still got to be like Dale Carnegie and classy to say, look, guys, we haven't agreed on which language we're going to use. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
In my dealings in life, I have found that, it seems like the longer I talk, the more argumentative I sound, which is why this is a 90-minute show. That's a joke. But, that's the thing about knowledge. And so it could be extremely frustrating to be at a DOT station. You're looking at your watch thinking, man, I really got to go. I really don't have time for this. And I don't think I'm really doing anything wrong, so can I just go? And you're arguing over the semantics of the word must. That'd be crazy. I sound like Woody Allen. You can't even say his name anymore. You can't say Woody Allen anymore. People go crazy. It's like saying must.
Yeah, so I think we just need to educate ourselves. I had a series of interesting situations. Like when my brother stole my identity, he said my name. He said Serge to the police when he was drunk driving, and a letter came in the mail, and it said for Serge to go to court. He took that letter and did a plea bargain deal in court. And 3 years later, at a DOT inspection in Iowa, the officer asked me if I've ever been arrested. I said, no, sir. He said, come with me, and he pushed print on his printer in his car and printed out so many things that he ran out of paper.
Yeah.
And
and now you're the paper thief. You should have thought of that.
Yeah, so there's 3 DUIs on the criminal record named Serge, the car hauler. We'll call it that, and 0 on Serge, the car hauler's driver license, because the driver license number wasn't given. And that really frustrated me until I learned that I could just practice my faith and say, hey, actually, I'm not a legal person. I'm a soul. And would you like to discriminate against my faith? And I'll take that in writing, if so. And your business card, please. And a lot of times, I collect business cards. Every encounter with officers, your ID, I'm going to need your business card too, sir. And I don't, many times I haven't handed my ID until they hand their business card. Because, and if they say, why? I said, well, I had an encounter once, and police-assisted identity theft, and that's why I document each encounter so I can know to go back in case this encounter leaks some information about my legal person and cause me problems in the future. And they'll say something sometimes like, oh, I don't have a card, or here's my badge number. I'll say, okay, I'll wait here while you go back to your car and get the business card and bring it back to me.
Right, yeah, you've been asking for business cards a lot. I just pulled up a video. I've got you talking to a police officer here. Do you know what this is? Lakehurst Borough, Sneaky Way?
Oh, yeah, that was last Tuesday. I put those guys through some really hot water to later find out the next day it was only a $50 ticket to them. But still, that sign there, if you watch those 4 videos, you will see, I asked the guys, show me the sign that said, no trucks. They said, oh, you could go back and look. I said, okay, give me the tickets, I'll go back and look. I went back, looked for it, stopped the truck in the big, roundabout, documented that the sign is after you exit the roundabout, and I called the police again, and I said I need to document a improperly labeled sign as far as I think. Why don't you send someone else to write a report? So later, the same 2 cops that gave me a ticket 20 minutes ago show up, and I was like, hey, gentlemen, there's my truck over there in the roundabout. This is the exit I took when you guys gave me the ticket 20 minutes ago, and there's the sign right there. What's the truck supposed to do when you've already made it out there? And they said, either back up or turn around. I said, would you like to demonstrate and turn my truck around right there? She said, hell no. I said, my point exactly. So what do we do? How often does this happen? They said, all the time. Trucks come in. I said, well, should the sign be moved back like 500 feet? They said, yeah, probably. I said, well, what's the problem? They said, well, that's a DOT issue. We don't have nothing to do with where the signs are placed. I said, well, who can my YouTubers call? And they gave me a number. They looked it up, and I kept my camera rolling, so it's in that video. So you're all welcome to call and ask them to move the sign back, 300 or 400 feet, so it can be seen before you take the exit on the roundabout that no trucks are allowed to go there that are over 4 tons. So, there's a lot of glitches. Somehow, we run into them. We see them. I see quite a bit, and that's why I have 2 cameras ready to roll each time and document it and upload it to YouTube, because
it's great. It's great.
That's the only way I found I could have a voice, and other people find it, and then they say, send me information or send me a thank you. And some people ask me to save their situation. There's only so much I can do. I can just help others by sharing my encounters, and they could learn off of that, and their encounters, and I can learn from that. So,
do you see how valuable your channel is, man?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. All right, you're like.
I put a lot of work in. I appreciate it.
I know, man. And you've done a lot of great stuff, so keep doing it. And look at what the things you've learned through the trials you've already been through. That experience and knowledge over time makes you very valuable, dude.
Yeah, so like back to personal conveyance, right? I went on big rabbit trails.
Yeah.
You know,
And we'll wrap it up here in a couple minutes. Just so you're thinking about, we're in like a 2 to 3 minute end.
Like,
yeah.
It's been like confusion, you know. Like so far, we're really trying to narrow it down to like a paragraph of like a definition or what's supposed to happen. But
that's what we're looking for.
All these pages and all this text about what it is and what it could be, and
it's crazy.
There's so many. You know, if you look between the lines, there's so many loopholes. You could fly both Air Force Ones through it. I don't know if you knew there were 2 Air Force Ones for the president. But yeah, you can fly them both through all those loopholes if you look strong enough, and that's kind of the way I look at it all. You know.
Yeah.
You learn how to look between the definitions and see the loopholes and show them to the officers and show them that we're not in agreement. There hasn't been an agreement on how we define person
and
or the word personal.
And in the interim, know how to navigate and just be compliant rather than knowing the law and being able to argue these definitions is not what gets you through the scales. But compliance, or at least manufactured compliance, so that you can keep rolling and do your job. Right? I mean, I'm not...
I think so. I don't even know.
You know, I'm trying to say that to put the cork on the bottle is that being able to argue is not what gets you through the DOT.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying argue, but...
I know.
But... You know, I constantly approach everything with a mindset of that I practice my faith first. And that, you know, I'm a soul.
Well, you're a philosopher, but philosophy doesn't... I'm talking by saying this to you, I'm talking to myself. And that is that, which isn't that an odd, you know, whoa, freaky idea. But I mean, the point is that, you know, you have there's a certain amount of rule following that you have to do to get through this life, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and you are me talking to me. It's crazy, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Cool, man. We got some mirror. That is cool. Mirror. Like, there we are, man. We're right there. We're standing at the mirror, talking into the mirror, saying, follow the rules. Yes.
Yeah. So, hopefully we twisted your mind, pulled your soul out, and put it back in.
Exactly, dude.
And
dude, it's like Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. You know that movie?
No, I'll have to look it up.
That movie's crazy. Yeah, man. The movie's about removing the memory. Oh, I'm not saying anything else. You will love Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind. I think that's the exact title. You got to watch this, man. You're going to love this. It's perfect for you, dude. You're going to freak out when you see Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Go watch it. Get on Netflix. Watch that thing and freak out, dude.
Yes, Brendan Powell, you're right. Very broad.
Yeah.
Again, right. You know, you Google what is third person singular present of the.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. I don't know. You know, it's entertaining. Anyways, I guess I'll sign off with be, do, have, guys. If you remember that, just think about be, do, have. Be who you want to be, who you imagine yourself to be. Do those actions, and you'll have the results. So,
awesome, man.
I hope you, wish you all to join my American car hauling dream and, build your own challenge. I don't even know what to say. I gotta go eat some pizza.
Thank you so much, Serge. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. I'm so glad we talked, and I look forward to many more awesome conversations with you.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Cool.
Good night.
Enjoy your pizza, dude.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, this is the end of the show. And since that's the case, and I want to thank Serge the Car Hauler for coming on. It was awesome. And I want to thank you guys for joining me. And before I let you go, I'm going to tell you this. I'm about to show you something crazy. All right? Next show is going to be a crazy show. We're going to talk about a tool that is going to change the way you dispatch. All right? Now, here is an image. All right? This is a demo of an order delivery. You've never seen this screen before. Now, this was just a driver called Demo Doctor. Here's Dispatch Monkey. What is this? This is an auto-generated result for a dispatch search. I've never seen anything like this before. I've been dispatching for years, and I've never seen anything like this before. And next week, we're going to meet Dispatch Monkey. It's a whole show dedicated to Dispatch Monkey. This is going to be awesome. So, thank you guys for sticking around and hanging out with me. Serge's channel is called Serge the Car Hauler. Go to YouTube, go to Serge the Car Hauler. All right? And he has been cranking out videos for years. I think he's been doing it since before I even started dispatching. So he is an institution. So thank you guys so much for joining me for another show. We're at the 90-minute mark. And I appreciate every like I get, every comment, every email, every subscription, every share. It helps me in the YouTube rankings. And I'm doing pretty good. This channel is growing. The audience is growing. And I couldn't be happier with what's happening. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to spend with me on another Tuesday night. I will be back again next Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Central Time, of course. And we're going to do Dispatch Monkey. It's going to blow your minds. I'm going to start up the car hauler. Also, I want to thank Chris Kleber for this picture, this car hauling picture I pulled off of Facebook. So this was the image I chose for tonight's show. Here comes the car hauler. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and there we go. There's the full-size image. Here comes the car hauler. I will see you guys next week. Take care. Drink your Kool-Aid. Be safe.